Hello YouTube, this is the Nuclear Antimatter, and today I bring you the best way to solve a 2x2 cube, the Guimond method. Today I will be using a black Type C with 2 for the tutorial. Let's begin. Since the purpose of the Guimond method is to achieve faster times, one of the most crucial elements is recognition. For this demonstration, I will begin with the white face. The first step in solving a 2x2 is to solve 3/4 of a face with opposite colors, in this case the white face. This means that 3 out of the 4 pieces must be either white or yellow or both, since yellow is opposite of white. Here this is a good case, since 3/4 of the side is either white, yellow, or both, so we have 2 whites and 1 yellow. This is good. In order to get 3/4 of an opposite color face, you will have to perform 0 to 3 turns. 85% of the time it is already solved. In this case, it's already solved. However, infrequently you will have to make 1 to 3 moves. Here is a case where you would have to turn the cube once in order to get 3/4 of a solved face. As you can see, nothing is solved. So simply do this and you have completed the first step. However, there is a small chance that you will start off with a completed face. In this case, skip steps 1 and 2 and perform the appropriate OLL algorithm for the top face. In this case, it is anti-soon. It doesn't matter that some are white, some are yellow. That will be solved in step 3. And now that is completed. The second step, after solving 3/4 of one face, is to solve the cube in a way that the 2 opposing faces are completely solved with white and yellow pieces. Now, in order to solve, think as the cube as in the up layer and the down layer. In order to recognize these algorithms, look at the top layer. You will either have 1 piece, as in this case. You'll have 2 opposing pieces in the corners. You'll either have a bar, an L, or nothing. In this case, we have 1 piece. Now, you will need to orientate the top layer. It's correctly oriented like this. And the bottom layer, and the algorithm for this case is right up to right prime. And as you can see, both the top and bottom face is completely solved. This case, similar to the last one, also has 1 yellow piece. However, it also has a bar, which is also the same as the last. However, the placement of the other pieces are different. So what you're going to want to do is put the yellow piece down here and put the non-yellow or white piece in the back and perform the algorithm for this case, which is right prime up to right. And it is solved. In this 1 piece, 1 bar case, hold like such and perform the algorithm right to front to up prime, front prime. The last case of the 1 piece on top, 1 bar is this. Hold such as this and this and perform the algorithm right to, front to, up, right. However, if you encounter 1 piece on the top and no bar around the side, match up the pieces such as this and orientate both layers like this and perform the algorithm right to, up prime, right prime. The last of the single piece cases and the last of the single bar cases around the top edge is the algorithm right 2, up, right. Now, if you have two opposing corners, this is a completely different recognizable case, and there are two cases for the corners. If you have this case, perform the algorithm right, up, right prime. The reflection to the previous case, this case, is a reflection of the last algorithm. In this case, the algorithm is right prime, up prime, right. The first of the bar cases is this. There's a bar on the top, pieces oriented around the edges. Hold like this and perform the algorithm right, up prime, R prime. The second algorithm case of the bar cases is this, and it is a reflection of the last algorithm. Hold the cube like this and perform the algorithm right prime, up, right. The next group of cases are the L cases. There's only two of them. In this case, where you have this, hold like this, and hold the bottom like this, and perform the algorithm right, up, right prime, front prime. The second scenario of the L case is this. Hold like this, and perform the algorithm front, right, up inverted, right inverted. The first of the no pieces on the top layer also is similar to the one piece on the top layer in that it will have a double bar. If this is the case, hold it such as this and this, and perform the algorithm front, right 2, up inverted, front inverted. The last case of no piece on top, one bar, is this. Hold the bar in the back, and if you have the pieces like this, hold the bottom layer such as this, and perform the algorithm right prime, up 2, front, right. So this is a case where there is no pieces on the top layer, yet there are no bars around the top layer edges. In this case, perform the algorithm right, up prime, right prime, front, right 2, front prime. The second case of the no piece on top, no bar around the top edge case is this. If you have the case like this, and the bottom layer is correctly oriented, then you have the longest algorithm. Right prime, up 2, front, right 2, up prime, right prime. The third step of the Guimond method is the separation step. In this step, the yellows will all become on one face and the whites will all become on the other face. There are 5 algorithms for this step. In this first step, rotate the up and D faces so it is like this, and perform the algorithm right 2, up, right 2. In this case, all the yellows will be solved and all the whites will be solved. In this separation case, this is the easiest case to solve. All it is a right 2. In this case, while it seems like the last one is deceptive, if we perform an x2, we can see that it is not the same. Simply orientate it so it's like this, flip it over, and perform the algorithm right 2, up prime, right 2, up prime, front 2. This case is almost identical to the last one, except for it's virtually upside down. So orientate it so it's like this, and perform the algorithm right 2, up prime, right 2, up prime, right 2. The final separation algorithm you will need to know is for this case. Opposing corners on both sides. Simply orientate the layers like this and perform the algorithm right 2, up 2, front 2. The final step in the Guimond method is known as PBL or XLL. Permutate both layers. If you have already learned the Ortega method, this is exactly the same algorithms. So, what you're going to do is you're going to look around the cube, ignoring these two faces, and see how many horizontal bars you have. Here's 1, and here's 2. If you have 2, line them up. It doesn't matter if they're the same color or not. Now perform the algorithm right 2, up, right 2, up 2, front 2, up, front 2. And now orientate the top layer like this. And you have solved your 2x2. In this XLL algorithm, simply align the corners so they're like this, hold any way, and perform the algorithm right 2, front 2, right 2. Another case you may run into is when you look around the cube, you only see 1 bar. In this case, move either that piece there or that piece there by like this. Now perform the algorithm left, out, left, front 2, left inverted, in, left inverted. Now some of you may be asking yourself, why did he say out on that last move? Well, if we rewind to that same move and instead of moving that over there, we move that there. It's an easier way to memorize the reflection case. In this case, right inverted, out, right inverted, front 2, right, in, and then right. In this XLL, you will notice that there are all bars along the bottom and then 1 bar on the top. Don't confuse it with the previous algorithm, which looks like this. Simply place the 2 bars in the back and perform the algorithm X, right prime, up, right prime, D2, right, up prime, right prime, D2, R2. The final XLL that you may encounter is when there are all bars on the bottom and there is nothing on the top. Simply align the corners such they are oriented, and then the 2 that are not, put in a diagonal such as this and perform the algorithm right, up prime, right prime, up prime, front 2, up prime, right, up, right prime, D, R2. And as you can see, you've solved the 2x2 Guimond method.